On Tuesday, the Palestinian Islamic Resistance Movement, Hamas, as well as the Israeli entity, met to reach agreements, but after hours of meeting, there were no agreements. With more information from our journalist Huda Heagzi, let us see.
Yesterday, a security meeting was held between the Egyptian mediators, the Qatari mediators, in addition to a delegation formed by senior officials from the United States of America and intelligence bodies from Mossad and Savad Israeli. In that meeting, the objective was to carry out the initiative to reach an agreement between the Islamic Palestinian Resistance Movement, Hamas, as well as the Israeli entity. But after approximately 4 hours of meeting, the Israeli delegation proceeded to leave Egypt and go to the occupied territories, and later it was assured that it had not been possible to reach an agreement, since there were no great differences between that the Islamic Palestinian Resistance Movement, Hamas, had asked what the Israeli entity asked. Today, it has been assured that differences have been mainly due to the number of Palestinian prisoners that the Hamas movement wants to release in exchange for the Israeli hostages. On the other hand, what Israel wants is that for each Israeli hostage, 3 Palestinian prisoners should be released, as one previously carried out in the exchange of hostages approximately 2.5 months ago on the Gaza Strip. But what Hamas movement wants is that for each Israeli hostage, approximately 100 of Palestinian prisoners should be released. Another difference that has prevented these negotiations from being carried out is that Israel does not want to permanent ceasefire on the Gaza Strip, and has also assured that it will not proceed with the withdrawal of Israeli troops from the Gaza Strip. On the other hand, what Hamas wants is not a humanitarian truce, but a permanent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, and the total withdrawal of the troops of the Israeli occupation army. Therefore, so far, no agreement has been reached between these two entities. However, what terrifies the Gazan population the most right now is that after an agreement could not be reached at yesterday's meeting, the Israeli occupation army had already announced that if an agreement were not reached, the Israeli troops would be ready to carry out the terrestrial incursion here in the Rafah province, south of the Gaza Strip. Therefore, right now there is a situation of uncertainty, a situation of fear, of not knowing what awaits the Gazan population, and what fear that at any time this terrestrial incursion will be carried out by the troops of the Israeli occupation army. In the event that the incursion were carried out, a humanitarian catastrophe will be carried out here, since we are talking about the evacuation of 1.5 million Gazan people in this province. And in the event that the incursion were carried out without prior notice, hundreds of Gazan people will die here in the Rafah province. And what several countries have been doing is trying to pressure Israel that the event that they want to carry out this terrestrial incursion proceed to notify the Gazan people in advance which areas should be evacuated before carrying out this terrestrial incursion in Rafah province.